Hi, Khirma. Welcome to the show. I'm very excited to have you on today.
Hi, Laura. I'm so excited to be here too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, we were introduced by a mutual friend, the amazing Dr. Glusman, and she was raving about this product that you created, Kika Nutrition. And so we met, and I got to learn more about what you're making. And I'm really excited for you to come on the show today to share with parents and moms listening about what this product is and how it can really be a game changer in shifting the nutrition that children and adults alike are receiving in their daily allowance. So let's talk about maybe your story of how you came to create Kika and what Kika is.
Yeah, sure. Well, I came to create Kika because I was trying to get pregnant with my husband, and that was about 5 years ago, 6 years ago now. And I really had a lot of difficulty getting pregnant. We got naturally pregnant. We lost the baby, and then I could not get pregnant again. I went to every fertility specialist, and they all assured me I was incredibly fertile, but no one could figure it out. We got all the like, oh, you're just stressed or this or that. Um, kind of as a last resort, a friend of mine had said to me, "You need to go see this doctor. Her name is Dr. Gabrielle Francis, and she's in Soho, and she's really been a game changer in my life, and I know she will be in yours." So I went to go see her. First, I looked her up, and I was like, "She's a functional medicine doctor and a naturopath. How is that going to help me?"
Mm.
And my ignorance at that moment,
Like, of course she's going to help you.
Well, Cliff Notes, she changed my life, and I have a healthy 4.5-year-old now. Just spoiler alert. So I went to go meet with her, and she, confirmed that I was fertile and that wasn't the issue. I wasn't able to get pregnant, but really I was completely nutrient deficient, which I found as like such a surprise because my mom's a holistic dentist. I've been eating organic my whole life. I'm pretty healthy. I don't, smoke. Drink casually. So I was like, this makes no sense whatsoever. And, I had had a very great life in fashion for about 20 years, and I am a serial entrepreneur. So I was really running at 200% for like the 20 years before. So it was really my body's way of being like, I've had enough. So you need to fix this before I let you, have your dream, because this is what you need to do. And that's pretty much how I saw it. And so I sat with Dr. Francis. And when she took all my adrenals and my blood work, she saw that I was severely deficient in all of my vitamins, my minerals. Um, and she put me on this shake regimen. So she's been practicing for about 35 years. And she is a functional doctor. And she also really knows the human body very well. She has an acupuncture and chiropractic license as well on top of it. So she had this shake that she laid out for me, and she said, you need to drink this shake. It's all the components. It's got your protein, it has your probiotic gut blend, which will allow you to absorb nutrients. It has all your reds, all your greens, all your vitamins, and all your minerals. Here it is. And it was like, tub, 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 scoop, scoop, scoop. And she was like, just make a shake. And so I drank this shake, and to be honest, it tasted horrendous. And I was like, I don't care. I will drink whatever it takes to get pregnant. So, like, let's do this. Of course, I made my husband drink it as well. um, and, it worked. 3 months later, I had a healthy retrieval, healthy implantation, healthy pregnancy, healthy Kenza, my daughter. And it was my dream to have a daughter, a child, and have her be healthy. And Dr. Francis made that possible. And when I was 6 months pregnant, I kind of at this whole time I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, because I had come from like luxury handbags, and I was like, I'm ready to properly exit fashion. It's not what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. I really need to do something with more purpose. And I came upon the idea of when I was 6 months pregnant, I brought Dr. Francis over, and I was like, why is it so hard to be healthy? Like, I don't understand really. this works. What you're giving me, it's obviously working, but it's not really realistic to do this every single day, because once I no longer need it, I'm not going to force myself to have this shake, which I know is going to give me great results. But the timing, the cost, and the, just the taste, it's not going to work. So I said to her, I said, I would like, my dream right now is to create one scoop that brings all of this together. It needs to be unflavored, and I want to be able to cook with it. So easier said than done. But I'm pretty determined. So we took 5 years actually and 52 different iterations to get it to where it is today. And it's unflavored. You can cook with it. So you can bake it into muffins, put it into pancakes, put it in your morning matcha as a mom. And for kids, chocolate milk pancakes, anything baked, any sort of smoothie. We needed to make it versatile because now that I am a mom, I have the pickiest of eaters. And she only likes to eat things that are beige. I don't know where it came from, but apparently many moms are having the same issue. And I've really had to learn how to be creative and resourceful and switch it up. Because getting her the nutrition she needs is really like my goal every morning, because otherwise I'm completely stressed out about the fact that she's eating nothing. She comes back, the lunchbox is full. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? At least in the morning, I know I can get her nutrients. So Kika was created for that. It was created so for the mornings and for the day, you know that you're getting your nutrients. It's got 15 grams of plant-based protein in it. It has a full gut blend, pre and probiotic. It also has Septilis, which is one of the only probiotics that's heat friendly that you can cook with. It has 12 different fruits and veggies, all organic, all tested for heavy metals and pesticides. And it has a full multivitamin blend at a functional dose. So it really does move the needle. If you're using it at least 3 to 4 times a week, which you should be, because any sort of supplement or vitamin or anything for that matter, if you're not consistent with it, you won't really see the results, and you need to do it at least. People always ask me how often, and I'm like, every day if you can.
Right.
But what's realistic actually when you have kids is 3 to 4 times a week if you could get it in there.
Yeah, 100%. It's a brilliant idea, especially for parents that are like struggling to get healthy nutrition into their child. To sneak these nutrients in, the probiotics, the protein, everything that our body needs to grow and heal and recover from our day. And so I love that, and I love that also it's something that pregnant moms can use,
Yes.
women that are trying to get pregnant or preconception can use this. Like you had mentioned for yourself, what you did with the previous shake. It's easier though because it's just one product versus multiple that
Yeah.
you have to combine. It's already combined in that one package. And then for children, it's safe for kids as well, with the lower dose. I think you said it's like age 3 or.
So the way we designed it, it comes with its own scooper and like a scoop, and the dosages are very specific on the site and on the bag. So for example, for kids 13 and over, it's an adult dose, which is one full scoop.
Mhm.
And then for kids between 3 and 7, it's half a scoop. And for kids younger than that, it's, a quarter of a scoop. So, and we've also created it on our website. So you have all these recipes, and out on our social media platforms, we've really created a community where people are sending in their recipes and we're cooking with it, and you can really see and get ideas of different ways of how to use it, because moms kind of run out of ideas at some point. You're like, okay, what else can I put it in? What else can I do with it?
Mhm.
And really, you can do anything with it. And that was kind of the point of it.
Yeah, it's extremely versatile. You sent me some samples, so I was able to try it out at home. And adding it to my gluten-free banana bread was awesome because, I added the scoop for 2 loaves of batter, mixed it in. My whole family ate it. They had no idea. they're eating Kika. And it feels good, like you said. And maybe, they're doing that, like you said, 3 to 4 times a week. Maybe we're not having banana bread every single day, but they're getting a dose of it and, pieces of it. And then also, like you gave some great ideas about adding it to chocolate milk to mix it up there, and just ways that are kid friendly that kids already enjoy eating. Pancakes is another option. So these are things that kids are already asking for, and then you kind of sneak that Kika in, and it's an added boost. And I would say too, like if adults are adding it to their coffee, that is a big issue in the morning. If people are only having coffee and no protein, especially for women, we really see that there's this, the caffeine can create that jitters, and then also our brain really needs some protein in the morning to get going with the energy. And if our next meal is like a few hours later, it's nice to have the 15 grams there from the
Yeah.
adult serving.
If you have it before, they've proven actually that if you get the protein in before the coffee, it helps your cortisol not spike. And it's that spike that like creates the jitters, and also then the spike goes up and then it comes down. So if you're able to get that 15 grams of protein in, which is difficult normally, but if you can blend it into your coffee or into your matcha, then it really shifts things, because you've basically gotten it out of the way first thing in the morning. And it's not just the protein, it's also the probiotic, it's also the vitamins, it's also the minerals, and all of it's in there. It's all in one, and it's at the cleanest of ingredients, but also all of it is food grade. It's not synthetic, right? So that means it's in its most absorbable form, which
Right.
a lot of times there's so many supplements out there now that seem great, but for some reason they're not getting absorbed, and the reason is they're not food grade. The reason it's safe for pregnant moms and postpartum
Breastfeeding moms.
and breastfeeding moms is because it's essentially food that you're
Right.
eating in powder form that you're blending into whatever you would have normally eaten.
Right. That's such a good thing to differentiate, because a lot of people, like even I'll have women that, their OBGYN prescribes them a prescription prenatal vitamin. And these are synthetic vitamins that are, chemically manufactured in a pharmaceutical lab. And these are not well absorbed. Like we just know our body's not, they might look similar, the chemical compound, but they're not going to be absorbed the same way as from real food. So when we get our multivitamin, multimineral from a whole food source, it's going to be so much more absorbable. And that's the whole point. Like we don't want to take a supplement and just pee it out, right? We want to absorb it and utilize those nutrients.
Right. A lot of the feedback I've been getting from moms actually that have kids that are teens or tweens, especially with the girls are really into matchas and chai lattes right now.
Mhm.
And they're sneaking it into their matchas. And they're like, I'm basically, and not even sneaking, they're just giving it to them. And they're like, okay, great. I just took my vitamins and I got my protein, and it's in my matcha. So it's not, it's, you know, I of course have a 4-year old. So when I first created it, I was like, oh, little kids and picky eaters. But it's been really wonderful to see how moms with kids of all ages have been like, oh, it's working. Like I put it in her matcha, I put it in her chai, and now I don't feel as guilty that she's having a matcha because she's getting her 15 grams of protein and all her vitamins while she's drinking that matcha. Um,
That's interesting. Do you hear any feedback about how that might impact that tween teen's mood? Are they like a little more stable because they aren't having that spike in their blood sugar and cortisol, or?
I think that's the idea. I mean, we're not at a stage yet where we've done all the like clinical testing and research, because we are just launched. But from a mom's perspective, it's been really amazing to get, all this feedback from moms with kids of different ages. And really my goal is, I mean, as soon as Kenza started going to school, she of course, like every other kid, started to get sick, right? And winter is the worst. And one of the best things about it is that it has the pre and probiotic built in that replenishes her microbiome. And that is what helps her get sick less.
Yeah.
Right. So I think you and I were even talking before. She's sick and she has to be on antibiotics. And, normally now we've learned that if your child is on antibiotics, you have to give them probiotics before the antibiotics, which good luck with the 4.5 year old, like getting them all of these different things. Um, but my doctor was like, well, just give her Kika because it's got the probiotic built in already. So I give it to her with her chocolate. I give her like milk, chocolate milk from almonds, and I mix it in just literally with the frother in the morning. She drinks that, and then an hour later, I'll give her the probiotic and
Antibiotic.
the antibiotic. That's right,
Yeah.
because the probiotic is in Kika. But in that way, it really helps us and the kids get sick less as well.
Yeah, we know like 70-80% of our immune system is in our gut. So if our gut is working well, which pre and probiotics help support that, then we're going to have a stronger immune system. And we're also going to absorb the nutrients that we are consuming more effectively as well when our digestive tract is it's working its best and having less food allergies and less food sensitivities and
Yes.
less skin conditions. All of that's connected to healthy gut function. So it makes sense that this product is supporting that. Are there digestive enzymes in it too? Say, yeah. So it's really helping the entire gut tube work more effectively. And I do think generally, that 15, I just keep thinking about that 15 grams of protein because, like you mentioned, like, especially as moms, we're busy. And like for
Yeah.
me, I'm having a protein shake in the morning. But I know I'm supposed to, as a perimenopausal woman, I'm supposed to be getting a lot of protein in my diet. And I'm sure an extra 15 grams of protein would be beneficial.
It'll only help, but also it's more than the protein. That's kind
Yeah.
of the best part of it. It really shifts things so you don't have to take the B12 and then the iron and then all of the supplements stacking.
Individuals.
Which
Yeah.
supplement stacking is really expensive also. It's time consuming and it's expensive. And we've really taken the time to find the best and cleanest of products and bring it all together. I mean, it took a long time for a reason. And we consulted with doctors like Nellie Glusman
Mhm.
about the gut blend and Dr. Amy Lee, who is a pediatric neurosurgeon, about the brain and how that's affected by nutrients also. So we really brought like a full body approach to creating it. And Dr. Francis, who has, used a version of this formula for over 30 years, which obviously works for me. And so many of my friends who were unable to get pregnant were able to after going to her also. That was the moment that made me really realize that, health, I've always been a healthy person, but now it's time from the inside out. It's
Yeah.
really time to make it something that's a ritual, that's habitual. And then it's not something that is fixing something. It's getting to the root of it and being preventative from the beginning. It's
Yeah.
it's treating the root cause as opposed to being reactionary. And that's really been a shift for me
Mm.
in a great way.
I mean, health is always from the inside out, right? That's the only way that we can't heal externally. So it's interesting. I think you also really made a good point that you had a healthy-ish lifestyle, right? When you were trying to get pregnant and it wasn't working, which is indicative that something is off, right? And you were eating healthy foods, but it does seem like even though we buy organic, shop at Whole Foods and are getting healthy foods, unfortunately, our food supply is not as nutrient rich as it was decades ago because of
Not at
soil
all.
depletion.
Yeah.
So, generally, it's really hard for all of us, even with the cleanest diet, to get enough nutrients and potentially protein in our diet with food alone.
Yeah. No, it's very true. It's been it and that's really what we learned in our research also, that even if you are eating organic and your children are also, especially in America, our produce is not like it's 20% of of what it should be,
From a
so if you're
nutrient
eating like a
perspective.
whole thing of broccoli, you're literally getting a smidge of the nutrients. So if you're taking that same nutrient in a food grade form, you're getting 100% of the nutrients from the amount that you're eating, which is not to say that like we should not continue to eat amazing food and organic food. It absolutely. It's just this is fulfilling those gaps and helping with both, you know?
Right, exactly. Yeah, it is a supplement to a healthy, nutritious
Absolutely.
diet as much as possible. And, um, even like with the kids, like we want to still give them the healthy foods, but just give some extra support as much as possible to support their growth and development.
Yeah.
Um, so you want to share a little bit about some of the recipes that moms have shared that you're are recommending for how to use Kika?
Sure. We have found, I mean, most of the favorites really are the pancakes. I think I was pancakes, waffles. If you're really in a rush in the morning, which most of us are, is um is the chocolate milk. Most kids love that. So you can just blend it right into that with like a frother.
Hmm.
Or if you do make, if your child and your family is like a shake kind of family, and it's too much to do it in the morning, I just make the shake the night before and I leave it in the blender in the fridge. And in the morning, I just like re-blend for 1 second and then I pour. I mean, it's really about just, for me, it's doing it the night before or doing it in advance. So, like on Sundays, I'll make muffins with Kenza and we'll do all the little mini muffins. And then for the week, she has them for her snack box. So I just pop them in the snack box. Or the pancakes, I'll do like a whole like mason jar of the pancakes. She loves banana and like dark chocolate chips, so I'll do that. And in the morning, I'll just pour what's already pre-made by me, and then the rest I'll leave in the fridge for the next day or the day after. Even with waffles, like we've made, every kids all love different things, right? Like little boys love cars or whatever it is. And Kenza happens to love Hello Kitty. So we have like a Hello Kitty waffle maker. It's not like realistic that I'm making her fresh waffles in the morning. So instead, I mean, like it would be nice, right? And I have one. So for all of those that have two or three, I mean, hats off to you. I don't know how you do it, but I'll make them in advance and then I just throw them in the freezer. So then I'm essentially popping into the freezer these like Kika waffles in the morning into the oven and she'll eat them and she's excited about eating it. So it's about finding different ways to make food exciting, you know?
Yeah, and I think you really spoke to that meal prep component as well because weekday mornings are hectic for I think most families. And so if we can prep on the weekends or the night before, it makes our life simpler.
Exactly.
And you were sharing with me because I was like looking to add it to my morning coffee. You were mentioning to froth the Kiko with my almond milk and warm it and then add it to my coffee.
Yeah. I mean, I think now we've worked with it in so many different ways, but and we found that when you froth it with milk and add it to anything, it really, you can't taste the difference. It's really like, and it's wonderful because then you've given yourself that gift, you know? I mean, nowadays, I feel like most moms I talk to are putting like collagen powder in their coffee or
Right.
peptides or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So just put
Colostrum. I
Kika
put
in it too,
colostrum in there.
colostrum, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like bringing that all together, uh, in one, and you have it in the morning, and then you're actually really taking care of yourself, you know? It's great to have the collagen, the colostrum, and the creatine, but you really do need the protein, and you really do need those vitamins and minerals, like, you need
Right.
them, you know?
Right. Right. 100%. So the vitamins, like the B vitamins, are methylated because they're from the whole food source. So somebody with an MTHFR defect who can't
Exactly,
methylate is going to get that whole B vitamin version of,
exactly.
B9 and B12, which is also going to help with energy and the nervous
Yeah.
system function.
And it has A, K, choline, which has really been proven great for kids as
If
well.
you don't eat eggs.
Yeah. And so, and then it also has the really what I discussed with Dr. Glusman is the gut blend because
Yes.
it's so there's nothing that combines the two out there at the moment. And it's that gut blend, excuse me, may I? It's that gut blend that really allows you to absorb all the nutrients, not only in Kika, but in the food that you're eating all day long.
Right, it's gonna benefit you the rest of the day. So what's in that gut blend?
Gut blend has a pre and probiotic blend, and it also has um, septalus, which allows you to cook with it, and it's heat friendly because most of the time probiotics you cannot heat them at all. You have to have them in cold water.
Right. It kills them typically. And is the digestive enzymes part of that gut blend too?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, got it. So that's what really makes and differentiates this product. And I know Dr. Glusman, she specializes in allergies, asthma, and eczema for kids as a holistic pediatrician. And she always goes to the gut, right? Like that is what you do,
always.
as a holistic pediatrician or anybody in functional medicine. You always heal the gut. We know that allergies, asthma, eczema, and so many other issues are stemming from leaky gut issues. So this type of product is a helpful component of healing the gut.
Exactly.
It's so exciting.
It is. It really is exciting. We're working right now, we're just direct to consumer, but we're also working with doctors like yourself and Dr. Francis and Dr. Glusman, who are really knowledgeable about the human body and also the product. And it's really been an honor because all of these doctors have responded so positively because they can actually read the label and understand how difficult it is to get all of those ingredients together in one place.
One place.
And so that's really it's for me, it's the biggest compliment that the doctors want to use it, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, that's huge. And use it for themselves and also with their own families, right?
Exactly.
That speaks volumes. Um, I was gonna ask you another question it slipped from my mind. Is there anything else you wanted to add about Kika?
No, I think it's just really, I'm super excited to have it out in the world, and
Yeah. How
it's
can
really
people find it? Where do they go to order it?
they can get it online or they can get it off of our Instagram for now, and then they could get it with we're going to start listing the different doctors that you can
Oh,
get it
fantastic to get it in their offices.
with.
So
Exactly.
for online, it's Kika, that's Kika nutrition.com.
Exactly.
And then your Instagram handle's the same?
Kika Nutrition. That's right.
Got it. So then people can order it, have it shipped directly to their house. I highly recommend it. I love it. I'm looking forward to carrying it in my practice here in Hoboken, New Jersey, because it is something that is helpful for everybody in the family. Men can use it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the whole
Yeah,
family
it's
benefits.
for the whole family, but we've just been marketing it really towards kids and frankly moms because I feel like we're very especially after we've given birth and our bodies have been through so much. It's just so hard to get those nutrients in
Yes.
and we're just so run down just
Yeah.
from like everyday life, and it's
Yeah.
really it's just difficult. Like speaking as a mom only of one,
Yeah.
how difficult it's been for me to like bounce back and get back to where I want to be. And it's really been helpful. I mean, frankly, when I first decided to create Kika, I thought it was going to be just for children. And I was still in the development stage of it when I was 6 months pregnant. And then I had Kenza and about 6 months after, the Dr. Francis was actually like, whatever you do, don't stop taking the shake because at that point we hadn't developed Kika yet. And I was like, okay, I've been knowing in the back of my head, like, I hate the shake. It tastes
Right. And the only reason you started taking it was to have her, and now she's here.
well, now she's here, right? So you're so like result driven as like an alpha. You're like, okay, well, I got what I want already. And you don't think about what you want is actually to be the healthiest version of yourself for your child, also. Right. So
Right.
what ended up happening to me actually is I went through about 4 months of postpartum depression
Because you stopped the shake.
because I stopped the shake. And I remember Dr. Francis reaching out to me because I had been so actively engaged with her about Kika up until that point. And she was like, where did you go? Like, is everything okay? And then I really felt like I was in the principal's office. She was like, did you stop taking the shake?
Mm.
And
You know,
I was like, I did. And she was like, honey, you need to get back on it. Like she took my stats again and she was like, you're in postpartum. Because I was like, what is happening? I'm crying every single day in the shower, like 3 times a day. I'm miserable. I thought IVF was bad. Postpartum was just like a completely different level of bad. And really within 3 weeks of taking the shake, I was back to, I would say, normal, but like however normal you can be after having a child after 6 months, but not feeling crazy, you know?
Mm.
And it really knocked it into me being like, wow, this is from us too. Like, as moms, we need to
Right.
take it also. And frankly, now that I am a mom, I'm like, if it's something extra that I have to do, the chances are I'm probably not going to do it unless it's like result driven and I need to do something. Right.
Yeah.
So with Kika, we created it so it comes in those big bags, but I also created it in like single packs. And those are the packs I literally carry in my bag. I like drop cans off at school and I'll stop to get a coffee and have them put it in there. And it's getting into the ritual of just thinking about yourself too, like that oxygen mask needs to be on your face
That mama
because if
self-care.
you're down, like it's like man down in the whole house.
That's
Like
right.
it's
That's right.
okay. Like when your husband's sick, he's sick, and like that, everything keeps moving. Somehow, when you're sick, it's like, where are the pajamas? Where is this? I'm like the same place they've been for 4 years. They're in the exact same spot. Like they could not run away.
Stop hands.
Exactly. Like, you get like texts from the principal being like, Kenza's outfit was very interesting this morning. And I was like, I did not dress her, you know?
And they're like, yeah, we figured that. It's true. Moms really are, are the foundation for the house, right? So we gotta care for ourselves so we can continue to care for everybody else around us. And this is a
Exactly.
great way to do that. So I'm really so happy that you were able to come on the show today and people can learn about this new product that is still fairly new. You launched it when?
November. We had like a 200-person
2025.
waiting list in November, but we've been off to the races with it. So
Yeah.
it's been really wonderful to see it like in families' lives and get the feedback. It's
You're
really
looking to expand too on the product line.
yes, we will talk about that later. But yeah.
Yeah, so people stay tuned on the Instagram
Yeah.
for updates.
Yeah.
So
But
Khirma,
this was such a pleasure. Thank you so much. It was really such a pleasure to
it
be on.
was. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show. If you want to learn more about Kika, please check out the website at kikanutrition.com. That's KIKA nutrition.com. Additionally, if you need extra support and guidance with your own personal health journey, I am here to help. I am now offering virtual functional medicine consultations, specializing in preconception, fertility, and women's health. Please go to my website at drlaurabrayton.com, click Become a Patient to schedule a complimentary 15-minute discovery call with me to see if my program is a good fit for you. And if you love the show, please leave us a review. Go to ratethispodcast.com/well-adjusted mama and follow the simple instructions.